The echo of footsteps. Sarah never believed in ghosts until she moved into 47 Blackwood Lane. The Victorian house stood tall and proud, its weathered facade hiding secrets that would soon unravel her perception of reality. The first incident occurred 3 days after she moved in. While unpacking boxes in her study, she heard footsteps echoing from the floor above, deliberate, measured steps that crossed from one end of the house to the other. The sound wouldn't have been unusual. Except Sarah lived alone, and the upper floor was completely empty. When she investigated, she found nothing but dust-covered floorboards and cobwebs. Yet every night at precisely 3:27 am, the footsteps would return, accompanied by the soft sound of a child's laughter. One evening, while sorting through old documents she'd found in the basement, Sarah discovered a yellowed newspaper clipping from 1923. The headline read, "Local family vanishes without trace." The article detailed the mysterious disappearance of the Morrison family parents and their young daughter Emily, who had lived in this very house. That night, Sarah woke to find her bedroom mirror clouded with condensation. As she watched in horror, small fingerprints appeared one by one across its surface, forming words, "Want to play hide and seek?" Sarah's hands trembled as she reached for her phone to call her sister. But before she could dial, the lights began to flicker, and a small figure appeared in the doorway, a girl in a white dress, her face obscured by long dark hair. "Emily," Sarah whispered. The figure lifted its head, revealing empty eye sockets and a grotesque smile that stretched impossibly wide. "Found you," it whispered in a voice that sounded like rustling leaves. Sarah ran through the hallway, down the stairs, her heart pounding against her ribs. But every door she tried was locked. Every window sealed shut. The house had become a trap. Behind her, Emily's laughter echoed through the corridors, growing closer. "Nobody ever wants to play for long," the voice said, now directly behind her. "They all try to leave. Just like my parents tried to leave. But I made them stay. Forever." Sarah spun around to face the entity, but instead of the girl, she saw hundreds of shadowy figures crowding the hallway, men, women, and children. All with the same hollow eyes and twisted smiles. She recognized some of their faces from the missing persons reports she'd found in the basement. They reached for her with gray, translucent hands. "Join us," they whispered in unison. "Stay and play. Forever." The last thing Sarah remembered was their cold touch on her skin, drawing her into their eternal game of hide and seek. Months later, when realtors showed the house to new potential buyers, they would mention how the previous owner had vanished without a trace, just like all the others before her. And in the quiet of the night, if you listen carefully, you might hear the sound of footsteps and children's laughter echoing through the halls of 47 Blackwood Lane. Some say that on particularly dark nights, you can see faces pressed against the windows, their hollow eyes watching, waiting for the next player to join